guest. All right,
get her out here.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome from Scott County, Minnesota, the town of Jordan, Miss Maureen Carlson.
Yay.
Maureen, it is great to have you back on the show. I know Perry Ann is just thrilled to death that you were here.
Excited.
Yeah.
That you were coming back, and you're from Jordan.
I am.
So
Outside,
what's been going on in Jordan?
Well, you know, when you're in a small town, things change pretty
Pretty
fast
rapidly,
and then
yes.
slow. People think small towns, nothing happens, but things are always changing. And if people go to the jordanchamber.org, they will see a schedule of things that are happening. And we have a wonderful summer beanbag tournament, which is the biggest in Scott County. And we have a wonderful Heimat Fest, which is our fall family celebration. And then apples. Apples are perennial.
Yes.
And the Minnesota Harvest Apple Company is renewing some things about their event schedule. So they could check that out too, Minnesota
how
Harvest.
fun. Lots of things to do in
Yes.
Jordan. But Maureen, what did you bring to show us today?
At all of
Look
this.
at this.
Well, today I brought characters because I do make characters. I brought characters and I brought hats.
Oh,
Lots
I
of
like
hats.
hats. We
I
love hats.
Now,
As
there's
you can
always
tell.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
giddy up.
Now, there's always a reason that I bring things that I bring.
Okay, so what's the reason for the hats?
Well, I wanted to use them as an illustration because in my place in Jordan at Maureen Carlson's Center for Creative Arts, I teach a lot of classes and I do retreats and I teach people how to work with polymer clay. But what I'm really teaching them to do is design their life. Now,
perfect.
a lot of people say, oh, I'm not a designer.
I've said it.
Yeah, but you know what? I just want to ask a couple of questions to see if you're a designer. Did you choose what you're wearing today?
Yes, I did.
Aha. And did you buy your makeup yourself?
Yeah.
Aha. And did you choose the significant other that's living with you in your life or not, or friend did you choose those people?
That's
Those are
designing?
all things that you did to design your life.
Wow.
And so I sort of sneak it in on people that they're designing their life because, you know, it's about choosing colors and shapes and things you love. And, you know, a lot of people don't even know what they love. They
Oh, really?
They don't know what they love. So we're going to do a little exercise with hats. So let's pull out some hats.
Okay.
And, you know, we got a whole bunch of them. Let's just pull them out fast. I probably
Awesome.
have lots and lots of
Oh
hats.
my gosh, it's
Now,
endless.
I am
Mother Nature
guessing
hat.
that.
Oh, wow.
That looks
Oh,
like
and then we have
Paris.
some ribbons.
The
So
big
I'm
hippie
going to put the
hat.
ribbons right here.
Oh,
that
more
was my
feathers.
father's
I'm
hat.
liking this one. I like
And we
this
have
one's
awesome.
cool.
Oh, wait, we aren't done.
We aren't done.
This
Oh,
is
wow.
my
Oh, that's
favorite.
really
It's
cool,
actually
too.
wearing out. I've worn it so
Wow.
much.
A beret.
And
Now,
then we
did you
have.
make those, Maureen?
A
Did you make
floppy
the
hat.
little-
You know, I didn't make
You didn't
any
make
of
those?
these hats. Oh, that's actually the one that I wear the most. That's wearing
That
out.
is wild.
So, did you find one you liked?
I
I'm
kind
not
of like
sure.
this one. I'm kind of partial to this
What do you
one.
think? Let me try this.
Yep, that's you.
Is this me? Oh, it's a little big. But is it?
I love it. Now tell me something you know about Prairie Ann by looking at the hat that she chose.
Well, she's very eclectic.
She's very eclectic.
That's what I would say.
And it looks nice on her. It doesn't look
It
good
does.
on me.
It doesn't look
Thank you.
garish or gaudy.
No,
It does.
looks-
It fits.
It's sort of with those little dangles.
It's
My friend
sparkly.
Jean made that one.
She has a sparkly personality,
Tell her
so
she
it's
did a good
sparkly.
job. Yes.
So right away, you guys knew what a choice, but I know you're
Wow.
both very creative people.
I don't know.
And what does this one tell about Paris?
That says that she's very cosmopolitan, very worldly.
A little sexy. She's got that
Yes.
little peeking out from
Yes.
underneath that hat. So those are the kinds of choices that people make
Wow.
when they start to listen to their own voice. And so what I do in my classes, even if it's a class about making a dragon, what
Oh,
I
I
do
like the
in my
dragons.
classes is I help teach people to listen to their own voice. That little still small voice inside that says, this is your truth. And you know, not everybody, I'm sure all of you people out there know what your truth is, but you know, a lot of people don't. And so we start asking lots and lots of questions. Now let's get rid of that hat right there.
Want the hats back?
Now later on, I have my little friend here, and let me just grab her a minute. This is Franny Jane.
Franny J, she's so cute.
And Franny Jane chose to wear this pair of wings to remind her of something.
got a little
and
fairy
if we
in her.
have time, we'll have her little story at
Okay.
the end of our thing
She's
today.
very interesting.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Oh, I love the hats.
And then I brought some other things because not everyone wears hats. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
I
There,
noticed
yeah,
that.
there are a lot of people.
We wear
that-
hats all the
All the
time.
time.
And I do a lot. And I wear this one for my storytelling and things. But a lot of people don't wear hats. So I thought I would show some other things that people could choose. And I love to garden. Are you guys gardeners?
yes.
I love to garden. But I love to put things in my garden. And my husband makes stepping stones. And so we have stepping stones in our garden that say things. And then I have characters like this that are underneath the rhubarb.
Oh, cute.
Oh, cute.
And what is his name?
I forgot his name. He's a magician.
Okay, because he looks
And-
kind of like
yeah.
he could be a dragon keeper too.
He
doesn't
could
he?
be.
does.
He could be. And I don't know what he has in his bag there. There's some green things coming out of the bag. I think it's safe, whatever those green things are.
Yeah.
And this bird on top of his hat. So when people decide what colors they want to put on something like that or what they want to put on its hat, some people ask somebody else what they should do, and some people listen to their own voice. And to me, that's the most exciting, when people learn to listen to their own voice and make those choices. So this little guy, where would you stick him in your garden? Do you have a garden?
Yes. Probably under the bird bath
Ah.
to keep watch, especially if it was this one with the bird on his hat. I would think, well, like you had said, he could be a dragon keeper, and I'd think, well, he could be in charge of the birds. Make
be.
sure they're
I wonder-
fed and watered.
Wonder if he's afraid of any of them.
No.
No, he's very brave.
He doesn't look like
He's very
he's
brave.
afraid of anything.
Now, also here on the table, I have
A
little
dragon.
dragon and a little confused troll.
Oh,
That's
troll.
what that is.
Yeah, it's a little troll. And
And
then,
he's scratching his head, isn't he? Cute.
and then there on the, leaning up against the prince, that's a frog, is a mask. And I have masks like this that are hanging on my fence. Now, some people come into my garden and they say, why do you have weird things in your garden? And to me, it encourages people's imagination.
It does.
does.
It's a good conversation piece too.
And hats are a good conversation.
Exactly.
They are,
Exactly.
exactly.
Good
Yes.
conversation starter. Everything.
Yes. And my friend Dawn Marie, who's from Belle Plaine, which is a little neighboring town to mine, she says that when people wear hats, other people are put more at ease, and they're more apt to look you in your eye because they're directed there by your hat.
That makes
And she
sense.
finds that even strangers are friendlier to her when she wears
When
a
she
hat.
Oh,
wears a
wow.
hat.
Yeah.
We'll have
Wow.
to try that.
So maybe the
Try
same.
that with
Probably why we
Nicole.
wear a hat.
We'll try
Yeah.
that with Nicole.
Yeah.
And so maybe the same thing is true as if you have things in the garden. And then they kind of tell stories.
I would love to have the dragon because I would be convinced that he would keep the snakes away. Or she.
And
I
see-
don't like snakes, so.
Now, let's see. Perhaps, I think we could do this. We could pull out one of these little flowers. Let's see if this comes out. Yes, it does. You could take this home Paris and hang it like this, wherever you think the snakes might be. And it might have a little bit of dragon magic.
Maybe. Thank you.
Maybe
Little
could do
dragon
that.
energy
Yeah.
left in
Yes.
it. Yes.
Perhaps. Now,
That would
these
be
are all
perfect.
things that I teach at my center and that I write about in books, but I have some other things here. This is a little bit more on a serious note.
Oh, wow.
People that don't like really whimsical things might want to put something like this hanging on their patio wall.
Wow.
And it's a little shrine, and this is actually a little turtle shell.
real
Is it
turtle
a real
shell? I
turtle
noticed
shell?
that.
That's what I thought.
And so
Where
this
do you
is
find real turtle shells,
someplace a turtle has been.
Ben?
Oh,
So they're hard to find.
yeah.
I found this one in Florida.
Okay.
On a beach in Florida. And so this is a little shrine that just helps me remember to honor the natural things that one finds.
Could you put anything in there, like a sand dollar or a shell or something? That's-
Yes,
I
yes.
have many of those.
And sticks. I love sticks, and so I save things. And so this tells me something about myself when I put something like this up, that I love natural things. I love a little bit of mystery. I love poplar trees and cottonwoods, which is what those are. I'm going to put that there. Now, I'm going to pass this over. And Paris, could you pull something out of here? Let's see.
Those look
And that will
interesting.
pull apart if you, yeah, so
So
hold
what
it
are
at
those?
the bottom.
What do you call those?
Those are totems.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
face
just little
here.
totems.
Yeah, those are
Gotcha.
little totems.
There's a face here.
Cute.
And here's another one.
Oh, I love the faces. Oh, this one has a rose. I love this one. Yellow roses are my favorite.
Ah.
I love all flowers, but my favorite color of rose is yellow. That's awesome.
Now these could
Oh,
also
look at
be
this.
set in the garden, or they
Yes,
could be
they
taken
could.
out of their
Love the
little
faces.
stand,
Look at
These
like
could
what
be-
this
yeah,
one
look at
is,
that.
and they
Could be
can go
put
right
anywhere.
into the ground.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Look at
So
the
that they
detail in
can
the
be-
faces.
Isn't that great?
So these are also made from polymer clay and alcohol inks.
Oh,
And that's
really?
what gives it the aged effect
Yes, yes, yes. And then they can come apart,
Love
and
that
they can
bird.
become like a game. So see this? See, they can
then.
come
Oh,
apart,
fun.
and you can stack them in
Oh.
different ways.
Oh, so if you're bored with the
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
with the design, you can redesign.
Changeable totems.
It's
Yes.
Interchangeable
Yes.
totems.
Yes.
feng shui with the totem.
Yes, and so now just listening to how you talked about these, I know that Paris doesn't like snakes. And I know she likes yellow. It's her favorite color.
For flowers, yeah.
Oh, for flowers,
Yes.
but not for clothing.
I can't wear yellow, so I think that's why I pull that energy into flowers, if that makes sense. Flowers.
And I found out that you're afraid of snakes.
Don't like
You don't
them.
want any snakes in your
No.
garden. But I didn't find out a lot about you, Prairie Ann. So pick something here and tell me something about it.
Well, I'm really drawn to Franny Jane over there
Because,
because she's a fairy. And I'm part fairy.
well, that would be a kindred spirit
Exactly.
kind of thing there.
Exactly.
You know, I was wondering when I put this costume on that here I am at this age and I'm still wearing sort of fairy kind of clothes. And I was thinking, I think fairies never
Age.
stop. I think they
never
age,
do.
but they never
well,
stop.
great.
No, they
Gracefully,
don't
maybe.
stop. They shouldn't
You know.
stop. Why should they
They're
stop?
thousands
I
of
don't
years
think they
old and-
stop. And so I love to hear that you
Yep, that's who I'm drawn
identify
to.
with her.
That's
and she's a happy little person.
So if she's
And
drawn,
what's her story?
Yeah, I was gonna
Does
say,
she-
what is-
She's
what
got to
is
have
the
a story. The way she's got
She
her arms
does have a
spread.
story. And her little story is about symbols, how we all need some sort of symbols that we can look at and go, oh, that's me. So here's her story. Franny Jane is a Pipsy-Wagon. And she's this size.
Pipsy-Wagon.
Pipsy-Wagon. And the Pipsy-Wagons came and introduced themselves to me. I don't know why, I'm just an ordinary person, but they came and introduced themselves to me. And we've had a long relationship now, and I've made a whole line of these for the gift market. But this particular one I love. Franny Jane makes jellies and jams, and she dries herbs. But
that
she
sounds like
noticed
her.
that her herbs were starting to get tasteless. And her jellies and jams were losing their flavor. And she figured out that what
So was she losing her mojo, or?
well, yeah, because you know what would happen? She's such a hard worker that every time the sun would come in the window in a certain kind of way and she'd want to go out and play, she'd pull down the shade. And every time the scent of the June roses, like the yellow ones, would waft in the door, she would shut the door because she had work to do. And as she did this over and over, she started to get this crick in her neck, and the herbs were drying out. And one day she looked out the door before she went and slammed it, and she saw the butterflies out there just flying and flying. And she said, that's what I've forgotten to do. I've forgotten to go out and dance. And so she had Petunia Bell make her this little costume with the little wings and the little flowy petals. And now when she's in her kitchen and she's doing those herbs and she's doing the jelly, and the sun comes in with that special thing, and the smell comes in with that special smell, she doesn't slam the door. She goes and she puts on the little costume. She runs outside and she dances around the roses at least 3 or 4 times. And then she comes back to work. And now her jams and jellies are tasting better.
Yes.
But best of all, that crick in her neck, it's gone.
And that's called balance.
That is
She's
balance.
putting balance in her life.
She is.
I'm like, wow. Now I'm wondering what the dragon means because I'm drawn to the dragon. I don't need a story, just it seems like
The dragon is besotted with love. Can you see that? Can you see that face?
oh yes.
Oh, yes. And the flowers.
And the
for
flowers.
his
Yes.
Sweetie.
I don't know who it is. He hasn't told, it hasn't told me.
And maybe he doesn't know yet. He's just so full of love. He's going to share it with somebody.
Maybe it's for
Right.
everyone.
For everyone.
Right,
Absolutely.
for everyone out there.
But
Absolutely.
I also see them as protectors, so maybe that's it kind of goes with the love, I think.
Yes, yes.
And Maureen, I
Wow.
see that
Oh,
you do
yes.
a fairies, gnome, and troll book.
I do.
Showing everybody how to make this.
I do.
Where is this available at?
It's available online in lots of
Okay.
different places. It's nationally published, and it's also available at my place in Jordan and on our website, which is wefolk.com.
That's where I prefer to get it, is at your place in Jordan. Then we can talk to you and get
Yes.
all kinds of tips and hints. But we do have a surprise for the people in our studio audience that can make it to Maureen soon. She is giving one away to everybody in the studio audience. Isn't that wonderful? You're so generous. Yay.
We'll all be making fairies
Yes.
and trolls and sprites and
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 finding out what
gnomes and
pleases their heart.
Yes, finding out how we can design. And look at this. This is really interesting when I looked in the book, and I think
That's what I have.
we have him
Look
here
at-
today, don't we?
right here.
I noticed that. I'm like, this is a familiar face. What's the
Did you
story
see his
behind
name?
him?
Did you see his name?
No, what is his name?
Theodore Fungi.
He's
Yay.
a toadstool
Toadstool
gnome.
gnome.
Oh wow! And it goes in
That
a
one
pot
goes in the ground.
or in the ground. Oh,
It goes
in the
right
ground.
into
So
the
it is quite
ground.
heavy.
Okay.
It
Yes,
is-
so he can grow along with the plants.
So it'd be fun just to have a little grouping.
yes.
Paris, can you pick that one up? That's
can try.
kind of I'll hand it to you. It matches Theodore Fungi. Is he in here, Maureen,
No,
too? How to
he
make
is-
Does he have
him?
a name?
I
Well,
don't
what's
think
his
that
name
one
then?
is in there. Ooh, I don't have one. I'll just make it up. George.
Truffle.
George Truffle.
Yeah.
Truffles are
I know.
a fun
Yes,
guy.
they are a fun guy.
Except for the chocolate ones. But
Maureen, we just love what you've brought to share with us today. But can you tell us a little more about your retreat center and how our viewing audience can come to see you?
And do they need
do
an
you do
appointment?
weekends? Do you
Yeah.
need an appointment to come and learn how to do all this fabulous things?
I'd love to tell you about my place because I do love it. I've been there since 1998, so it's 14 years, and it's a retreat center school. So people come to learn how to do things like this. Plus, I have visiting teachers. But really, they come to get in touch with themselves, I think. But my expertise is in polymer clay, so that's how people know my name.
is that what that?
Yes,
is?
this is
Okay.
polymer clay, and so it bakes in
Oh.
an oven. And that's a 275-degree oven, and it gets hard. I have a dormitory that sleeps 8, so people can stay there, and so people can come anywhere from 1 night to 14 nights. Once in a while, we'll piggyback a couple of classes, and people come from all over the world, though mostly United States and mostly Minnesota, but we get people from all over. People can, the best way to find out when to come and visit is if they look on my website, which is maureencarlson.com, because I'm a little bit, I change a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
the
Change
wind,
is
change
good.
Yeah, I
with the
kind
wind.
of change with the wind. But right now we're open on Fridays, only on Fridays, and then by appointment, by whim, and by fancy. We do birthday parties, we do storytellings, we have groups that come in for storytellings.
Like school groups or just any sort of group?
Women's tour groups, children's school groups, birthday parties of all ages. So we have a lot of different things that are going on there. And when people come, some people say they come there to run away and to breathe.
To breathe and to find themselves
Yes.
again.
Isn't that good?
For balance. That
to
is awesome.
Or maybe to redesign their life.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's true too.
Maureen, I see you brought some friends with you today. Can you explain
Well,
who they are?
I can try.
Okay.
Some things are unexplainable, but this is my partner and husband, Dan, and he has with him a walking stick. It started out as a walking stick, but he moves. And if you pull him out of that cement, he has a little cement base that Dan built. And then if you stand him on the floor and twist him a little bit, his head moves.
And his arms. Oh, cool.
So maybe he could look at the audience. Could he turn and look at the audience?
He can.
And then he likes to shake hands. And there's that lady in the front row with that bright red hat. Maybe he
Yeah.
can flirt with her a little bit. And if you stand him on the ground, he sort of gets a little quivers.
Wow. Cute.
So he becomes like a little puppet walking stick that I can walk
Oh,
through
fun.
festivals. Now, he has more things to add, but for now.
So he's a work in
perfect.
progress, you're
He
saying?
is, well,
Very
aren't
much
we
a work-
all?
We are.
She's pointing to me.
Yes, we all are a work in progress.
All of us.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
And you might notice that it looks a little bit like Dan.
He does.
And that little
It
profile
does. He
view.
doesnь have as much hair, but he does.
Yeah.
He's got the same time.
He's cute.
Many times she'll ask.
He's cute like Dan.
He is.
No, no.
Maureen, this has been an awesome interview, and we want to thank you and all of your friends for being here with us.
Yes.
We learned a lot. It's time to redesign our lives, I think.
You know, it's a continuous process.
It is. And you know, once again, I don't want her to go.
I know,
But I'm
see?
getting the old wrap it up sign. And you know, we were going to do the second half of that viewer
yeah.
email, but how about if we save it for next
Let's
time
save
and we
it.
can spend a little more time with Maureen?
I think
How does
so.
that sound?
Let's do it.
Well, folks, we're out of time for today, but thank you for being here. And remember, we share small town stories with big town attitude, for we are the women of Sweet Swine County. Bye-bye for now.